So we are saying hello and welcoming everyone. That is Lisa Joe Davis and I. We are welcoming everyone into our April Light Anchor Activation session. And this month's theme is anchoring stability and the presence of powerful transformational light within the earth realms. And this is with a particular focus with world events. There's a lot of unrest, there's a lot of turbulence and so forth. And so we really want to anchor the stability and the peace into the earth realms at this time.
So, what I would like to do is let you know who the higher dimensional guides and helpers are this month. And of course, we have our regulars, Archangels Michael and Zachiel and Serpis Bay, and they lead the way for the support. But we also have, which I thought was very um, because we go and we meditate a little bit and then we come back and we tell each other who wanted to be involved in this. And I was really confused because I kept getting all these archangels' names and I'm like, oh, that's just way too many. And so I just kind of picked and choose. And then Julie said, I got all the archangels. And I'm like, okay, that's what we'll do. So it was, there's a lot of synchronicities when we work together. Even though she's in Japan, I'm in Texas. It's just kind of funny how things work out and we get similar, you know, the spiritual realms, similar people that want to be in here. So we have all the archangels are coming in as a group. Yeshua, Galactic Council, Kuan Yin, and Mary, Mother of Yeshua. And we will discuss the roles later on. So the crystal helpers, you want to go ahead and start, Julia, with the crystals that we will be working with. And
Yeah,
Julia, she was so kind. She's already uploaded all this information into the group already.
yeah. So if any of you want to get a start on your grid, there's a lot of suggested crystals here this month. We have um, some for transmuting density, and then some for anchoring the stability, and some for anchoring the presence of powerful light. So there was various ones stepping in. So we have a smoky quartz, and this is suggested being used as a central stone. That is because it both transmutes the density and also brings calm, clarity, and a very grounded presence, and is apparently wonderful for stabilizing collective nervous system fields. And then they suggested that we start with four directions, and so suggesting in the north. Oh, some of them today were ones
Is
I've
that what
never
I
heard
do
of.
right?
Azeztulite. And in the east, selenite or satin spar. In the south, hematite. And then in the west, black tourmaline. And these were a mix of ones that cleared density and then also those that anchor the high frequency light and ascension energies.
So the other stones would be the white hollow light and spiraling out from the center with clear would be the smoky quartz. You could, there's no particular way to do it other than the north, south, east, and west. But if you feel guided to do them in a spiral, that's that's perfectly fine to do. You just go by um, what really feels good and intentional for you. But we also have white halolite, kunzite, danuberite, um, scolasite. I'm rough with that one. Lamar. Uh, Lamar, I think is what how that's pronounced. Larimar. Okay. Um, and then we have Morganite, blue lace. Do you want to go ahead and tell the other two? App. I gave you the hard one. Um,
That's
the one
okay.
that starts with the A.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to pronounce it correctly, but
I have
uh,
one, but I can't pronounce it.
apophyllite.
I think you got it right there, girl.
Oh, I hope so. This one is difficult to prehnite with epidote.
Yes, and then we have agate, and then the clear crystal. So we do have printable grids that are inside the files, the flower of life, the seven-pointed star, crystal, and then the earth grid. So if you don't have anything and you would like to use those, just print them up and go for it. Some people already have cloths that have different patterns on it. And these are only suggestions, right? Because when you participate and you put your own energy into making up the grid, it seems to have a better effect going out. So even natural grids that are made by your hands, because not everyone has all of these different types of stones. So you can use pictures, statues, rocks, flowers, even greenery, and it's only limited by your imagination. So Julia, can you add anything else here regarding the grids?
I would just say, of course, go with what feels right for you. But with the after that central the central stone and the four directions, with the others, the many stones that were after, what the beings of Absolute Light was suggesting was placing in the outward spiral, like placing one of the stones and then a quartz crystal and then another stone and then a quartz crystal, and then repeating that so that there is a quartz crystal between each of the other stones to really amplify the light energy within the grid. That was something new this month that has never, usually I look up the stones and the grids on the internet because I don't know very much about them, and the GPT chat helps me form the grid. But the beings of absolute light actually, as I was writing it up, stepped forward and said that suggestion with having the clear quartz between each of the stones in the outward spiral. So if people want to take that on, I know. Little pieces of clear quartz is something that people often have a lot of. So do feel free to explore that if you want to.
What I'm hearing is it's going, the crystals, clear crystals in between the stones is actually going to amplify the stones and help connect them together. So they don't have to be huge stones. They can be little tumble stones, because sometimes those are easier to get a hold of than the bigger collection of stones. So, um, I think that's covered it. So Julia's going to go ahead and begin the first message channeling that she's going to do, and then I'll follow up after her, and then we'll talk some more. So, Julia, it's all to you.
Okay, thank you. So, just inviting you all to close your eyes and to take a moment to ground deeply into the breath, and we are being asked to drop a grounding cord from our root chakras into the center of New Earth Gaia. And then on the next in breath, bringing that energy up and into our body. And on the out breath, expanding it out to fill our field. Breathing it in, expanding it out. breathing it in, expanding it out. And as Lisa Joe was mentioning before, it is the archangels actually as a group who are coming in to guide us and lead us in this part of the meditation. And they are asking us to imagine that we are going to these 4 different parts of the globe: north, south, and then east and west, and that we are going to anchor our light pillars there. So this doesn't need to be very geographically correct. You can just, say, in your imagination, take me to the north of the planet, and just, or perhaps visualizing it like a globe in front of you and just picking the top as the north. And that is where we are going to take ourselves first, so that we can bring the stability of light in all the 4 directions, is what they are saying. And then as we do that, the archangels are also doing work, not only in those 4 directions to anchor lots of light there, but also throughout the whole planetary system, they are saying. And so now that we are etherically located at the north point of the planet, wherever that may be, we are just going to breathe in a column of light from source into our heart, and then down into the core of Gaia that we connected with before. Feeling that light coming back up from Gaia and into our body, and landing in the first and second chakras and the womb area for women. And taking 2 more breaths like that. So breathing in light from source to the heart, out into Gaia through the feet, and then the breathing in the energy from Gaia's core back into our first and second chakras. And one last time, breathing in the energy from source to the heart, out to Gaia's core, and in that energy back to our first and second chakras. And then letting the breathing return to something regular and comfortable. And so we have created these pillars of light, which the beings on our behalf are now stabilizing, and they're radiating out a lot of very pure. The archangels are infusing them so that the light is a very pure quality of light, high frequency of light, being radiated out from this point all around the earth. And then we are, as I said, going to go to the other three directions and do it there also. So now imagining or visualizing ourselves at the southernmost point of Gaia. And doing the same. So breathing in, source to the heart. Out to Gaia's core. And breathing that energy into our first and second chakras. And breathing in from source to heart. Out and source energy down to Gaia's core. And in bringing that Gaia energy back into our first and second chakras. In from source to our hearts. Down to Gaia's core. Then up to our first and second chakras. Again, these light pillars are being stabilized here on our behalf. And then the light radiating out from them actually connecting in very much a 360-degree sense with the light radiating out from the pillars that we have just created in the north. So it's like there are little vertical lines of light radiating all around the planet and then radiating huge amounts of light frequency out of them. And then we are going to energetically travel to the east point. And doing the same thing, breathing in the energy from source. To the heart and out to the core of Gaia. And that energy back into the first and second chakras. In from source to heart. Down to center of Gaia. Up to first and second chakras. In from source to heart. Down to the center of Gaia. And back up to fill the first and second chakras. And again, this light being anchored and stabilized here on our behalf. And then going to the west point of the planet. Breathing in from source to heart. Down to the core of Gaia. And that energy up into the first and second chakras. In from source to heart. Excuse me. Down into the center of Gaia. Up to the first and second chakras. In from source to heart. Down to Gaia's core. And back up into our own first and second chakras. And again, that energy, those pulses of light being stabilized there on our behalf. And then we are being taken by the archangels to the central point of the planet where, although we can still carry that awareness of ourselves as a pillar of a light, they're not asking us to anchor the light here. They are asking us instead to bathe in the light of what is a very large rose quartz. Again, we have a very clear and a very high frequency energy. And they are placing a very large rose quartz sphere right on the central point. And that is holding the unconditional love frequencies. And they are just asking us to sit in that light and that energy and just allow it to bring healing for us wherever we may need it. And as we receive this healing energy, they are showing me that this rose quartz energy is infusing down to a very fine level the earth grids that are already a part of our planet's energy system, down to a very micro level. So if the grids were like rivers, like the waters of the planet, they would be infusing not just the big rivers, but the small streams and each little tributary. So it's bringing a very cohesive energy of calm and clarity and love into the entirety of the Gaia grid. And then at the same time being infused by the archangels into these energy lines that we have been creating today as we've put pillars in each of the four directions and then the fine energy lines connecting them, creating light all around the planet. And so the rose quartz is also being infused into those, so creating a sheath, I guess it is. It's not really in a protective sense, but it like goes around the whole planet like a sheath would, a sheath of that rose quartz unconditional love energy around Gaia as a whole. Now just asking us to spend a few moments using our intention, the sacred power of our intention, to also direct some of that rose quartz unconditional healing, peace, safety, stability, energy to any individuals or groups or particular places on the planet that we want to direct it to, and they will support the amplification of those energies and the rose quartz energy in those areas or in those people's hearts or as a shield around those people, depending on who it is that or where it is that we are putting into our intention. So each spending just a few moments doing that privately now. And then the archangels as a group amplifying that energy for us. And I know we will be lighting a candle and we read a physical candle and we read the prayer for this month at the end, but they are asking us to etherically light a candle for peace and to just place it in our hearts. And then to rest deeply in the energy of the peace that we now feel as we have received this healing from the rose quartz. And to just breathe that energy in and out consciously together for 3 breaths as a way of anchoring that more in the collective consciousness. So resting deeply in the energy of peace and breathing that in, out, in, out, in, out. And the crystals buried around the planet just showing me that they are receiving that energy of peace that we are breathing out and into the planet. And then they are amplifying that to hold a very coherent field for more peace and stability to come in. And so thank you for anchoring this light with us and then passing on to Lisa Jo.
Julia, when you were that was beautiful, but when you were anchoring in, the 4 corners, the north, south, east, and west, I actually saw them overlapping each other. So there wasn't any place that was not touched by that light that was anchored in to the earth. And I thought that was very beautiful. And I could feel the archangel's energy, as well as the energy of all the group of angels that were here with us and supporting them and supporting us as well. It's kind of a two-way street, right? So they support us and we're supporting them by helping the earth as well. So today my meditation is going to be anchoring and stability. So if you need to readjust your position that you're sitting in, you might want to do that quickly. And I invite you to allow your body to soften. Allow your breath to deepen and your awareness to settle into this present moment. I'm asking you to take a slow, deep breath in and exhale fully. We're going to do that one more time. Take a slow, deep breath in. And exhale fully and release. So bring your awareness to the base of your body. Imagine roots of light extending downward, deep into the earth, anchoring you into Gaia's crystalline cord. You may feel the steadiness of the earth beneath you. It is ancient, wise, and unwavering. You are supported. You are held. Now bring your awareness to the space above your head. A radiant column of divine light begins to pour down, soft, powerful, and intelligent. This is the presence of the highest divine light codes. Allow this light to enter through the crown of your head, flowing gently through your body, filling your heart, traveling down to your solar plexus, your entire being. Now see yourself as a pillar of light. Heaven and earth are connected through you. Above you, divine light. Below you, the earth's crystalline core. And within you, a steady, calm presence. You are here not to fix the world. You are here to anchor stability within it. Now gently expand your awareness outward. See the earth before you. Notice areas where there is conflict, unrest, uncertainty. Without judgment, without fear. Begin to radiate a soft, steady light from your heart. This light is guided with divine precision and clarity, flowing exactly where it is needed the most. This light carries peace, stability, compassion, healing. See this light weaving into Earth's grid system like threads of gold. Restoring harmony. Allow transformation unfold in divine timing with ease, grace, and perfect alignment. Now I'm going to be speaking 4 affirmations. You can either listen or you can repeat after me within your mind or out loud. I anchor stability within the earth. I hold the frequency of peace and compassion. I am a steady presence of light. I trust the unfolding of healing and transformation in divine alignment. Now imagine others around the world joining in the same intention. Points of light activating, connecting, and forming a unified grid of stability across the planet. Together, we are holding a field of peace, not forcing change, but stabilizing the foundation for it. So bring your awareness back to your heart. Feel gratitude for your presence, your willingness, your light. And gently speak within or out loud after me. May this sacred connection be anchored within and remain sealed in the highest divine light codes. May peace, stability, and healing ripple across all lands and all beings. May love guide the transformation of our world. So it is, and so it shall be. So take a deep breath in and slowly exhale when you're ready. Gently return to your body, to your space, to this moment. You have done something meaningful. Even one steady heart can bring balance to many. Together, we are shifting the field. Take one more breath in, and as you release, go ahead and open your eyes, adjusting to the light around you. Repositioning yourself. And so some of the aftercare that we suggest, especially with both of us doing messages or channeling, or even meditations, it's very important for you to have the aftercare, right? So you want to stay hydrated. It would be a wonderful time to journal and honor and listen to your body. And I would say that today is April the 1st, and I believe we have a full moon as well. So it would be a great day to have reflection on what is going on and what type of changes that you would like to be seen on a personal level. So, Julia, we're going to go ahead and do the prayer. So, if you guys have your candle and you would like to light it,
I would
um,
just like to say first that was very powerful and beautiful. Thank you so much. And as you were doing that, I could see the light that we were anchoring was creating like a sacred geometry all around the planet. And
oh,
then they were saying like the combination of the four directions that we did in the first meditation, and then what we did in yours with sending the energy into the different places, and then it creating this grid of like literally a sacred geometric grid of light all around the planet was how I saw what came through as we were doing your meditation, that those together have helped shift Gaia so she can come into the next like higher dimensional embodiment. So that was what they were asking me just to share with the group before we moved on. Um,
well, what I will say is, for those who don't know, we both we both write what we're going to, kind of have an idea of what we're going to do, and then it's really amazing how when we come together, we complement each other's words, and it's not pre-planned, or maybe it is, but it is wonderful to get that acknowledgement that what we're doing is really making that difference, which is so important. And everybody is included in that. If you're here or you're watching later or participating in the group, it's wonderful. So,
Pre-planned not by us, but by our guides, maybe, and we just have to
yeah,
be there. We have to just try and keep up with it.
I would say you're exactly right. So
So
if
I'm also going to share the prayer on the screen in a minute, but we are
okay,
asking people to light candles first, are we? Yeah.
yeah. And if you don't have a candle, earlier you lit one in your heart with Julia. And if you want, I'll share my candle with you. So it's always a good thing.
I'm just going to have to ask you to allow me to share. Sorry,
Yes,
Lisa.
there
So
you
we
go. They've changed everything on Zoom, so we're we're kind of trying to figure out where everything is again.
okay, I think that is working.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Um, okay, I need to find, what did I do? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So, Julia, would you like to start?
Yes, I'm just a second. I have. Just trying to, oops. I have now lost my copy of the prayer. Okay, just a second. Not lost it, it's just as I opened it,
That's what happened to me. So I had to look on the bottom of my screen to be able to pull up my document.
okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
found it.
Okay, good, good.
Is it still being shared in the group? Is it on the
I
screen?
believe, let me see. Yes, it's still there.
Okay, so in that case, I will be. So just asking us again to take a moment to center, to feel in our hearts, as Lisa Jo was just sharing, that what we do is powerful and has an impact. And to feel ourselves once again as that pillar of light from source to Gaia, anchoring more light into the earth realms. And then we pray, beloved source, divine love, light creator, in energy infusing all. We thank you for the powerful influxes of high frequency light and light intelligence gracing our planet at this time.
We ask that light energy is directed with precision and clarity to exactly where it needs to go so that the maximum amount of density and darkness may be released from planet Earth and from humanity with divine love light infusion, ease, and grace.
We ask that this divine love light intelligence enter our consciousness and transform it, showing us clearly as individuals, as communities, and as a collective field of consciousness our shadow, activating its release and returning us to the wholeness, the love, the compassion that we are in our truth.
We ask that this light release our distortions, particularly where they see division, prejudice, greed, hatred, violence, oppression, and war, returning our consciousness, collective consciousness, and planet to a stable and balanced state of harmony and peace.
We ask that a higher consciousness permeate our being, our communities, our collective consciousness, that we may create a new earth together, seeded from divine love, light, intelligence, and grounded in the qualities of love, equality, and respect, compassion, and kindness for all.
We ask for healing for ourselves, for wider hum, humanitarian, and for the planet Gaia and the other sentient beings that reside upon her. We ask that we may put cycles of conflict behind us and integrate a new way of perceiving, living, and being in the world.
We ask for this healing now, supporting us as a planet in upgrading into a higher frequency of light. We ask that your divine love light intelligence flood the planetary grids with light and the calming energies of balance, stability, and harmony, supporting peace between all peoples.
We ask that our hearts are returned to the love, wisdom, and truth that connects and unites us, and that conflict is dissolved. We call on our higher dimensional helpers, archangels, surface the planets in your light of transformation, and support and guide us clearly in creating the new earth here and now. Bring wisdom, clarity, temperance, and moderation to the hearts and minds of our leaders, that conflict may dissolve and life may be upheld.
Archangel Michael, Supreme Commander of Heaven's armies and a defender of divine order, lead your legions of angels to victory against all evil, and use your sword of precision, truth, and clarity to cut away what no longer serves, so that divine order may prevail.
Yeshua, grant us with your sword of truth perception that cuts away that which is false, that we may see each other in our common humanity, rather than focusing on the differences between us. Light our hearts with love, that we may look upon all our brothers and sisters around the globe as sacred. Help us to honor life and bring to the end to the cycles of violence and killing between us.
Galactic Council, infuse our planet and humanity as a whole with codes of light that support the evolution of our consciousness and support us in accessing our next highest manifestation of light as a collective.
Kuan Yin and Mary, Mother of Yeshua, be with all those affected by conflict, disaster, or other turmoil or darkness on the planet, bringing stability, comfort, and relief to each in accordance with their individualized needs.
We ask that we may be anchors for an amplification of these energies and the resonance of peace, and I'm going to add, and stability on the planet now.
And
So
so
it
it is.
is, so it shall be.
Thank you. That's beautiful. And all of this is located in the group. And what we do ask is that when we ask you to take time to think about the prayer that we're doing, you don't have to use these exact words. You're more than welcome to. But even if you only spend 5 minutes a day just kind of sitting and, you know, bringing forward the love for humanity and the earth, to bring that stability that we so desperately need right now, it all matters. Our prayers connect to your prayers, who connect to other prayers, who connect to other people that we may not even be aware of. So it's just kind of like these strings that what they're showing me is, we were talking about golden threads on the grid, but what they're showing me now is like the golden threads actually running through each and every person who is praying, whether it's here in the group or whether it's for the same type of healing for the stability that we so desperately need. It's all connected. And it's, when we all kind of gather together, it can really move mountains. So.
And we are very blessed that we have so many higher dimensional beings also, coming in each month to amplify the energies. And that is a result of, the beings that both Lisa Joe and I channel, and them really wanting to, first really wanting us to come through as a container, as Lisa Joe was saying before, as well as the higher dimensional beings help us. They need us in physical to put things into place. In physical is always the sense that I get, but they are also very much amplifying the light of our intentions every month and really helping to take that wherever it needs to go around the planet.
Well, we'd like to thank everyone for being here with us today. And you're invited to stay on and have a little bit of a talk with us if you like. Let's see if I can figure this out. on how to, okay, here we go. So thank you very much for being here. And if you would like to stay on, go ahead and just stay here. And then when I stop the recording, then we can talk, or you can share your feelings. You can turn on your video camera and or your camera, and also unmute yourself. So again, thank you everyone for being here, and we deeply appreciate you. Bye.